Alright, g'day and welcome to another episode of Bin Chicken Rags, everyone. Today I'm at Sub Base Platypus. This site used to be a former Navy base, a gasworks and a submarine building yard up until 1999 when it was converted into parkland and workspace. So right behind me, torpedo factory. Exactly what it says on the tin, where they used to make torpedoes. This was recently converted into a parking lot with 1 hour free parking and up to 3 hours paid. So if you feel like coming and checking it out, clearly no one here. Let's go and explore. Now starting off, we're at Kirribilli Park. The nice little nautical theme on the pavement, little stage area and some nice seating. Also gives you a nice view of the former torpedo factory. And there's the brand new parkland, only opened recently, down below. Now here we have a map of Sub Base Platypus. So we're right here with the torpedo factory and parking. Just down here we have the former submarine school and the fleet workshop, both of which I believe have been converted into businesses now. A bit of history on HMAS Platypus, where when it became a submarine building yard, built our Oberon class submarines. Here we have a Torpedo Mark 8 Mod 4 on display. Give this QR code a scan to discover how this place was useful during World War II. Now, in case anyone was wondering, an Oberon class submarine, if you want to get a better idea of what they were, it wasn't built here, but the HMAS Onslow at the National Maritime Museum in Darling Harbour is exactly one of those. One thing I really appreciate about some of the councils around the harbour is their use of free elevators outside of train stations. For example, one being here. I really like the sandstone walls. And when you get plants, moss coming out of them due to water leaks, really Sydney.
Pretty close.
Mm.
Oh.
Water's looking very clear today. The other side and not so much.
Yeah.
Breakfast at Tiffany's. And in addition to free parking, if you were wondering how you can get here by public transport, North Sydney Ferry. Apparently this is part of the Bondi to Manly walk.
Oh.
There's even a nice little kids playground and public workout area right next to the sub base and right next to the ferry terminal, as well as public toilet in case you want to take a dump. Have this nice little atrium area. Very shady, very nice. So this is a periscope tower which was added in 1966 and allowed people to remove the periscopes from submarines and work on them in a vertical position. This is a retort house. Seems to be out of maintenance from last time I was here. Water police just across the way there. Above us right now is Exhauster House. If you want to scan that, feel free. Otherwise, this was constructed in 1906 and dates to the gasworks era. This was once part of Retort House here, where they converted the coal into gas. Even have barbecue facilities. Here we have Oberon Park. Feel free to give that a scan. Otherwise, here we go. So there's a lot going on here. Oberon, obviously named after the submarines that were built here. You've got sonar and compass directions on the ground here, as well as some playground communication devices and a little mini gym, as well as the phonetic alphabet that goes right around there. Nice little hidden park. Here's some steps with 6 of our Oberon class submarines names attached to them. So during World War II, a lot of Allied ships were painted with mismatching dark and light stripes to try and confuse enemy commanders as to the correct size of the ship when non-homing missiles were being used. Here is a memorial dedicated to those of the Navy that operate on the site and the men that worked on the submarines. It's dedicated to Father Keith Dalby, Christopher Paslow, Hugh McCrow, and Damien Humphreys. It's a nice little park only opened recently. It's filled with grass trees too, which are always nice to see. The long reeds of these were what were used when the Aboriginal people would try and start fires. The sticks that they used would be these.
I wonder what this button does. I heard it come down. Like it's finishing if I can go with you.
We can do public tours here some Saturdays, so if you feel like jumping on one of those, feel free to pause this and give that a scan. Alright, thank you for joining me for another Bin Chicken Rags. Please join us next time when we jump over to Cremorne Point Reserve and do a bit of a lengthy walk through there. Now please remember, go outside and touch some native grass.